kids, welcome. We're going to write some code today. I was not working yesterday and I'm working today instead, so that's my work day today. And we're going to start off by doing a little bit of TypeScript here and working on the puppetry animation. We've got CodeRush loaded inside of Visual Studio, and in addition to writing code, we are dog fooding CodeRush live with a code base that is getting to be pretty big. Hold on a second, let me just adjust the camera there. There we go. Cool. And so let's do that. Fred is over here, my trusty prayer programmer. Good, Fred? Fred says he's good. You ready for today, buddy? Yeah, I think he's ready for today. All right, so let's take a look at it. We'll tell you where we left off yesterday. We'll bring this up here, and we should be able to see it live on the stream. We created this test page, which I think I want to change to be sprinkles page is what I think I want to do. So I want it to have buttons that we can press to control sprinkles. Hold on a second. I just hit my music button. There we go. Here comes the music. So if we do this, it's going to run through a sequence of animations. Let's go take a look at those. Go over to sprinkles. And here's where it executes the command, I think. This is execute next command, so it's looking at what's in the command queue. And execute command. Here's where we put it into the command queue, right here. So we've got a call to has animation running. And this is just basically looking through any of the parts that it's holding on to here, any of these horn body pairs, and checking to see if it's got any sprites there. If it's got a sprite there, then it's running the animation. Once the animation is done, the sprite goes away. So if we're running any animation, we just leave. We just put it in the command queue. Otherwise, we put it in the command queue and then call execute next command, which will immediately execute the command. And so we have, let's see what we've got here. We have one command called appear behind, which is sent when I click this button here. And I feel like I want to add another piece of information to it. I want to say this dot layer equals layer dot back. We're going to appear on the back side of it. And I think arguably we could also come in and say appear in front. We do something different, I suppose. So here's the sequence it's going to do. It's going to come in with an idle, and then I've got and these are just kind of tests here, but I've got grazing, and then we go to idle again. So, and then we transition to the walk animation. We do the walk. I want to do a walk a couple times in a row, maybe. And then we're going to jump back to idle. We have a way to transfer from idle to walk, but we don't yet have a walk to idle. And I think, let's actually add it now. So we go to walk to idle there, and to go backwards, and then idle to attack. And similarly, we probably want to test attack to idle. But there's several of these, and then they die right here. Let's do this. Let's figure out the idle to walk one is what I want to do. And that's going to be inside of
Surly Dad is in the house.
Surly Dad. What's with this with a Saturday stream now? The Sex Positive upset with you? Sent to the doghouse? It was a crap intro. Will Bennett was much better at them. He was pretty good, wasn't he? That talent was wasted, I think. So let's look at this. I need to find, what do we got here? We got look at that.
this.
It's like,
We are quarantined, and so my babies are doing makeup looks for me.
I did
Do you
that.
like this?
I did the better half.
Fire?
I did the better half.
That's ice.
that's awesome. I love it. I walked by and both kids were working on mom on both sides right there. Shirley Duff says, wow, I didn't even say her name 3 times. That's right.
No, I heard sex positive, and so I appeared.
All right.
I said that a minute ago.
That's the most
Right,
awesome.
sit down, Gia.
That's the most awesome feature
Careful
trait.
with his face.
That's the most awesome feature trait that you have, by the way.
What
Call
is-
your name 3 times and you're there. Boom.
Don't do it in the mirror though, or then I have to kill you.
Oh, look at this, kids. This is like the whole family fits on screen.
Now
Look
we
at that.
Now we have to do real makeup.
We've decided that we're launching a show, a homeschooling show on Monday.
On Twitch? You're going to do that?
We're gonna Twitch it up, and you know
All
what we're
right.
gonna do?
What?
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna watch a movie and then people can type in questions
And then we're gonna review the movie, like Little Women, and we'll talk about the historical impact in the book and the right.
Don't violate any copyrights. You can't show the movie or play the sound.
But how would I? I don't even have access. Well, I guess I could, yeah, but no. I'm not
So,
gonna. No,
yeah.
we're talking about Little Women as a whole too.
yeah. Shirley Dev says, wow, you say sex positive and wallet in the same sentence and poof, she's there.
Oh, actually, do you have your wallet?
Nope, no more money, honey. This is a crisis. I gotta keep my money. Keep it in my pocket. All right, kids, see ya. Thanks for joining us for a little bit. Saying hi. That was a good makeup job, I thought. Yeah, it looks even better in my real eyes instead of looking on the monitor there. I like that one. Yeah, let me see that. Oh, that's right. I don't know which child do I love more. This is the line down the middle is awesome. Who did that? It's awesome. I love it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do not answer.
I'm not
Avoid
sure.
answer.
Okay.
No.
All right. I love you both equally, kids. Illuminated Space is rating with a party of 5. Thanks for the raid. Illuminated Space. Just missed my kids coming in, showing me the makeup job they did on mom. They each took a half and did mom's makeup. I'm working here on a Saturday today, and I'm writing some code. I've got Visual Studio up. We're working in TypeScript right now. Probably spend most of our time in TypeScript, a little bit of C#. And that's it. We're animating Sprinkles, the Battle Unicorn, today. Sprinkles is a character on a live D&D stream that live Dungeons and Dragons gaming stream that we're going to start on Sunday, by the way. And if you like comedy, you like to laugh, and you like Dungeons and Dragons, let me give you the. Let me type this in here. There it is, right there, and you can follow that channel. Going live on Sunday. Fred's on that show. Fred's also a digital puppet, isn't that right, Fred? Yeah. Fred says yes. You got any plans for the weekend, Fred? Yeah. You sure you don't have any plans for the weekend? Okay. Hey, wait a minute. It looks like you're planning things, Fred. So Fred is a... oh, look who's here. Happy Saturday, Mr. Russ. Happy Saturday to you, Frackberg. Frackberg's in the house. Welcome, Frackberg. Glad you are here with us today. I'm just telling everybody what we were doing. Today we are going to be animating Sprinkles, the Battle Unicorn. That's what we're going to do. And so we're in the middle of, right now, figuring out how to get from idle to walk to idle. So this is an animated transition that goes from an idle position to a walking position. And I need the opposite of it, but I don't have it. So I just kind of wrote down walk to idle here. And I need to get into the execute command function here. And I want it in Sprinkles, that one right there. And let's see, I'm pushing it, execute next command. That's what I really want to be in here. And so the question is here, can I get it from here? Is kind of the idea. And I think what I really want to do is I want to maybe do some special cases here. And I want to say, hey, if command data equals walk to idle, which is the reverse right here. It's a weekend. Brain not required. He can't even fly any better at the weekend. Yeah, he can't. Like the way I like that way to do the commands. I really got to pull this code and get into it. Okay, Surly. You know, I'm never. You know, you say that, but you know, I keep wanting to disclaimer.
Bart doesn't know what he's doing.
No idea what's going on here, kids. No idea. So, if it's the opposite now, what I want to do is, it's a special case. And what I want to do instead is I want to say, well, let's now grab the idle to walk instead, but we want to reverse it. And our engine, we've written this, you know, earlier in the year, and in our engine, we added the ability to reverse. And let's see, how are we going to do that here? What's add animation going to do? Here's where we add the elements. Here's where we need to reverse them. So what I'm going to do is add a new parameter here called reverse. And I'm going to set it equal to false, like that. All right. And then I'm going to go back to add animation. And here we're going to pass in true. So now we'll reverse it. With reverse set to false, now we should be able to come down here and say, let's get our horn. And we're going to say dot reverse. Oh, come on. I thought we had reverse in there. We really don't have reverse there? How do I do reversing? I know we've added it. I feel like for sure we've done it. Let's go into Sprite Proxy and look at, see if we can find reverse in here. If reverse, it's a property of Sprite Proxy. Oh, it's an advanced frame call. It's a parameter passed into advanced frame. Base animation. Ooh, okay. So we can set it on base animation. I think we can still make this work from outside. So that means we're going to say this dot, I think, base animation. Let's just make sure we don't have a reverse in here. We don't. Okay, so we're going to say base animation dot reverse equals reverse. Like that. It's kind of a long line of code. I'm not happy with that. I think the engine almost makes more sense to allow the sprites to be individually reversible rather than to have the whole sprite collection be either going in the forward or reverse direction. But for this, I think it'll work for this. So it's not too bad. I want to do this right here as well. And the reason it's not too bad is because there's only one of these on screen at a time. So this code can work. But I think what I want to do also, though, is I think I want to say, hey, we could simplify this and make it more flexible. I got a code rush issue just popped up here. Let's mark it. I typed in and right here and I hit the space bar and it changed it into a double ampersand. Why is that? That should know that we're in a comment. All right, let's look for and. Well, it's just checking the left context, but it doesn't. It's not also saying and not in a comment. So we want to say and not in a comment. And I think arguably we want to also say and not in a string. And I think that's what it is in string. I just got to double check it like that. in string. Okay. So, so that's what we're looking for that to work like that. Let's try one more time. And now let's type in and. Okay, that worked. And let's come in and say if, true, and, now that doesn't work. Not in a comment. Okay, well, there's the issue, kids. I'm not going to go into this too much detail, but I want you guys to fix that. Let's go back, bring that up there. I want to copy the context to the clipboard. Make sure all of that is good and not in comment and not in string. That looks right to me. Why is that failing is my question in JavaScript, kids. Look at that. I'm just going to paste that in there so I can include that in an email after the show to connect in with that. Let's close up that issue. And template in JS/TS. There it is right there. Okay. So we're dog fooding CodeRush inside Visual Studio. CodeRush is the product my team works on at Developer Express. And we are CodeRush, right? Dev Express, right? And we are live dog fooding CodeRush. That's exactly what we're doing. We're live dog fooding CodeRush here on the show, which means if we find an issue, we have a feature request, something like that, or even if you've got a question on CodeRush, we're going to go look into that and figure it out. So no worries. Surly Dev says, "Oops, LOL." No worries. Yeah. Surely Dev wants a VBA version of CodeRush. I don't think that's happening. You have to wait another 7.6 minutes, buddy. He wants to give one more CodeRush out there. All right, fine. We'll give it to you. There you go. All right. Let's get into that animation, shall we? Get back over to there. This is again for Sprinkles, the Battle Unicorn, who, by the way, if you haven't seen him yet, that's Sprinkles, the Battle Unicorn. And let's see what we're doing here. All right, and make it more flexible. Okay, we can simplify this. That's what I want to do. But this should reverse it. And so that now our walk to idle. So what we're looking for now is we're looking for let's hold on. Let's simplify our test here so we don't have to wait so long. We're going to go idle to walk, 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 walk to idle, and then idle. That's what we're going to do, like that. So we're going to start in the idle animation. We're going to transition to walk. We'll walk for a while, and then we're going to go back to... Oh, look who's here. Hey, Oscar! No! No, Oscar! Where'd he go? Grover Soros is with us. Someone say my name? No, nobody said your name. You know what I think, though, is awesome? Pudding's not going to show up today. We're going to be able to get through the show without dumping pudding on my head. Happy about that. That's awesome. All right. So let's run it. Let's refresh. I think I'll do it on the stream. I'm playing on the stream right here. So refresh the cache. You see the scroll bars. There we go. Refreshed it. And let's come over to our control app here, and let's click on Show Sprinkles. I'm going to take it off screen so you have a nice dark background and see what happens here. Okay, we got delay loading of the idle, but there's the idle. Hold on, delay loading of the next piece. So there's some flickering here, but give it a second. And then I think we're in the last idle loop. I'm going to click on the button one more time, and because we're delay loading those pieces there. Let's do it again. Show Sprinkles. Here we go. The Show Sprinkles command, I just hit it. Nothing is happening, it seems. Oh, no, wait. There we go. It seemed like nothing was happening because he was in idle. It looks like the transition to walk is working. I think what I need to do is simplify the test a little bit. Let's do... all right, let's do this. Let's at the very least add the dies at the end here. Like that, and so because when we die, we'll know it and we'll see it. So let's refresh. Click on show sprinkles. There's the transition to walk. There's a little flicker there because it's doing load on demand of all the resources. Yeah, the jump out is not. The walk to idle is not working. Idle to attack also didn't seem to work, but that could have been also the delay load. Let's watch it one more time. So idle, transition to walk. Okay, that worked. And then it's just a jump at the end. The walk to idle is failing. Okay, so walk to idle didn't work. See if we can figure out why. Let's set a breakpoint right here. Well, actually, let's not do it just now because I need to, that line of code corresponds not to what we're debugging here because I have to refresh this. So let's refresh this. I'm going to hide the drag and back overlay here. Like that for a second so we can see more of the code. There's the refresh there. Let's send over, we'll initialize player data so we get rid of this text. And now I'm going to click on show sprinkles over here. Now I'm going to put my breakpoint here on walk to idle. And let's see what happens. Clicking on show sprinkles now. So it just did idle to walk, and now it's walking. Now it's going to walk to idle. So it's, yeah, this looks like our code is correct. Let's get out of here. So we're reversing both of them. I wonder if my starting frame index needs to go to the end. I think that might be the problem, that I need to set the starting frame in here, is what I think I need to do. Let's change this up a little bit. Okay, so let's do this. Let's create a number. Starting frame index. Set it equal to 0, like that. Then I'm going to come down here and say if reverse, like this. Then we're going to come in here. Now, I want to have this line of code no matter what, because if we're going forward, I don't want this setting from before on that collection to now change everyone to go the other direction. So we're okay. I'm okay on this right now. So if reverse, then let me run this here. I'm just going to run it so we get the music keep going. If reverse, then I want to say my starting frame index is equal to, which they both have the same number of frames, both the body and the horn, they're paired together. I guess I got to go to base animation dot count. Is that what it is? Frame count. That's what it is, -1. I think this might fix it. And then what we need to do is we need to pass that in as a parameter. So when we say we want to add this new sprite proxy, we want to put it at the starting frame index instead of at 0, which is the default there. And do the same thing here. And so now it'll go from back to front. I think that might work. Let's do a refresh out here. And do click on show sprinkles. A little flickering because of the demand loading of the frames. Okay, let's click on show sprinkles again and watch it now. So there he is, goes to the transition. That one works. And now we're looking after the walks. He comes out of it. There you go. Back into idle. All right, good. That was the fix. Sweet. So we got forward and reverse now working. That means that we can also test the other one, idle to attack. So let's do something like this. So we're going to say, let's comment this out right here. And we're going to say idle, and then we're going to go idle to attack. Then we're going to do a push-up attack, and then I want to say attack to idle, which is the reverse of it. There's attack to idle. This is a special case, so I need to check for that. Here it is right here. And I think that's all we need to do right there. So now we've got attack to idle, and then we're going to do, I think, one more time an idle to attack. And then we're going to go backwards and then forwards, and then we're going to die, just so that we see the end of the animation like that. So let's test that out. Here we go, refresh. It's taking a while for the scroll bars to go away. Oh, sorry. The scroll bars were because it was just zoomed up. All right, so let's click on Show Sprinkles. No, not. I was going to say not as much flickering this time because we had paused for a little bit. Let's demand loading those. That's the first time. Let's do it again. Here we go. So idle, he's going to transition to attack. He's going to do an attack, a scoop attack. Then he goes back to idle, and then back into attack mode. And so yeah, the transitions seem to be working. He goes into attack mode and then immediately dies. So there are a number of these horn body pair pieces right here are going to show up in one of a couple different modes. And I think it makes sense to create an enum to describe those modes. So there is sprinkle state. Sprinkle state. So sprinkle state can be, I guess, a none or kind of an off screen maybe. Like that can be one of her states. And another one can be kind of in an idle. And so this is idle is either idle or graze. Those are the two animations I have in that state. I just tried scrolling the code window when you scrolled up then. Flame Creations is out there. Roar! How you doing, Flav? Glad to have you with us today. So here's what I'm thinking. There are different states that have beginning and ending pieces. And so an idle can match to a graze. So they're kind of the same. Attack is the other state. And so attack has got, what has it got? It's got the dies animation, the battle cry animation, the push-up attack, scoop attack, and the stab attack. And then we have transitions. Transitioning to idle. And we have transitioning to attack. Hey, Greg. Welcome. And there's another one. There's walking. And there's walking. And I think I've got to transition to walk animation, right? Idle to walk, idle to attack. Yeah. So I think those are the states that might be useful. There's also the question of which direction Sprinkles is facing as well. But that's, I think, a different enum. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at there. And so Sprinkle state off screen like this. And I think I want to get the walk happening here first. So let's do this. Let's go back over into here and let's add some buttons for what we want Sprinkles to be able to do. The show Sprinkles, well, this button actually should have Sprinkles walk on screen from over there. By the way, I think this is going to be useful. I don't know it at this point. So in our state, we're going to, well, we've already initialized it. I think that's okay. But I think we need to mess with that when we're executing a new command. So and it's in this space right here, right down here. I think we need like a switch statement on the command data and compare it against these known names right here. Do I have the ability to declare constant for this? Constant in global scope. And we're going to call this Sprinkles _ battle cry, like that. Okay, cool. And then let's come down here and we're going to call this the push up attack. And then we want to go to scoop attack. And then we want to go to stab attack. And let's go to just walk. Is it walk or walking? It's a walk. Okay. Here, let's do this. Okay. Oops, not there. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to use these down in that switch statement. All right, so if we're going to battle cry, then we're going to say this dot state equals dot attack. And if it's push-up attack, we also similarly want to say it's an attack. In fact, I can just take this and bring it up here. And see if we can. Let's get all the attacks. So we've got battle cry. I think dies is its own separate state. I'm going to come back to that. I think I got the push-up attack already. Scoop attack. Stab attack. I think that's that. We need to know the state so that we can smoothly transition from one to another. So that's what we're looking for here, is the ability to find out what. So if I get a command to now do something, I don't want a sudden jump from one animation to another. I want to smoothly transition and figure out which one we need to do. So let's see, there's my walk. Next, let's do idle. And graze is also part of that as well. Graze both start and stop at the same. Graze and idle both start and stop at the same kind of idle position. Frame right there. So we're going idle to attack. This is going to be transitioning to attack. And I want to go create this as well. Let's go find that where we wrote that in here, right here. There it is. That's the one I wanted to get right there. And similarly, I want to do walk to idle as well. Walk to idle. This I'm going to swap it around, idle to walk, and just reversing it. So we're just going to get it, grab that so we're not putting strings all over the place in here. The 4 walls is now following. What a fun handle, 4 walls. Thanks for the follow. And then this one also similarly down below here is going to be idle to attack, like that. And also reversing it. Just a comment over here because it's kind of special what we're doing. Okay, I think I can clear this breakpoint. I don't think I need that anymore. Idle to attack. You can get all of these here to use the constants we just added. How's everybody doing on this Saturday? Hope you're all practicing your social distancing, kids. I think I'm going to, let's see. So right now all I'm doing is I'm just, let's do this. Let's get a sprinkle dyes like this. And let's see. So I'm setting the state here depending on which one we're playing is what we're doing. This is going to come in useful when I say, okay, now I want to, like we're in idle mode. Then I want to go to something else. Certainly is doing good, practicing it for 16 months since I got my job working from home 4 days a week. Yeah, I think developers and introverts are going to inherit the earth here in a little bit. Holy cow! Yeah, it is. I don't like what I'm seeing with regards to the numbers, the exponential increase in the number of cases. It's not good. And if you look at the way governments are handling it, there are like a few have got this thing under control with a pretty extreme response. But if your government's response is anything less than what appears extreme to most people, I feel like you got to brace for impact. Yeah, since I discovered Twitch, I haven't been to a single user group meeting in Manchester, so I'm doing good. All right, excellent, Shirley. Glad to hear that. Okay, yeah, I'm not quite doing anything with this yet. I feel like I need a simple case to do something with it. And I think I want to do, there's another thing I want to do. I want to slow down the animation frame rate on the idle. What's going on? The frame rate is specified here. Okay, let's do this. Let's add a new parameter here. Call it frame rate, like that. But let's default it to FPS 30. So frames per second, 30 frames per second there. What happened here? Looks like that was unintentional. Okay, so there's my frame rate, and then I'm going to pop it in here and here. Now, when I come into idle, I can lower the frame rate by coming in here and passing in, oh, animation style, shoot. So I'm going to have to and then pass in my FPS. 20. So 20 frames per second on the idle. It just seemed a little fast for me when I was watching it compared to the others. So I want to slow it down a little bit. Okay, so now all right, so now what I want to do, well, I think I need the walkout is what I need to do. So let's get them to appear and walk out, and then we're going to start using and working with these states, I think is what we're going to do. So we're going to peer behind. I think I'm going to just come right in here, and I'm going to say, look, this, let's actually not set the X position yet. But if we're going to walk, I want to set the I gotta figure out how to move the X and Y's. Let's go see what the draw is. I was hoping for an offset here. So I've got this update positions for free elements. So these are elements that can move around using gravity and or velocity. So I'm thinking for moving, when he walks, is I could just give him a constant velocity in the X direction, depending on which direction he's walking, and have that all work. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Update positions is called from where. I need to call it explicitly, is what it looks like I need to do. Okay. So let's do that. Let's go back to sprinkles. I think we need this in the horn body pair. We need something like this here. And we need to just pass on the call down to the two sprite collections. Like that. So that takes care of the updating positions. And then we need to call update positions somewhere here in our draw function, I think. Let's see, if we go outside of this, do we have a call to update positions? Anywhere up here? No, I think we can just do it in our draw. We can do that automatically before we draw. Yeah, and I kind of feel like I could do this, like that. I'm trying to figure out how to take the X and Y from the sprite, from the sprinkles property, like where his X or her X and Y positions are, and move them down into down below is kind of what I'm looking for here. I think you make her walk relative distances or only absolute? I was always thinking it was going to be relative distances, but yeah, there could be you could do either one. Is what we could do. I want to look at velocity and how we're working with velocity in here. Not working with velocity at all. Oh, we're in sprites. Let's get sprite proxy. So we've got this velocity X. This is for bouncing stuff. There's no bouncing going on here. Change velocity. That's a call we could make to the sprite. Yeah, I don't know really how Sprinkles identifies. I was thinking male, then I was thinking female, and now I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a secret. She's not going to tell, or he's not going to tell. I think that might be what happens. I think if Karen were here, she'd be like, oh yeah, Sprinkles never tells. And then a wink from Sprinkles, androgynous. Or pansexual battle unicorn, yeah, that's awesome. I think that was my stripper name back before I decided to switch over to programming. And I realized the stripping was going nowhere. Nowhere, I tell you. All right, a dream big. Let's see, velocity. is there. I'm thinking about applying the X and Y I'm thinking about applying the X and Y to sprinkles. Is what I'm thinking about doing. I basically, well, I'm kind of thinking about it. You know what? Maybe not. Hold on. Start X and start Y. I think sprinkles may not have an X and Y position. I think sprinkles is going to have a X and Y property. Is what I think they're going to have. What's happening here? I did. What is it not liking about this? I think it's just an old error message that didn't clear up. Okay, all right, where's sprinkles? It's not gonna work. When we add new elements, I wanna go look at this. When we add new elements, we set their X and Y positions, and I think we use this.x and this.y. We do. Okay. I'm starting to see how we're gonna make this work, I think. I wanna make X and Y properties. So I'm going to type in pn, a CodeRush template here, and I'm going to say that's X. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let's set it equal. We'll set it equal to 200 here. We'll do the same thing for Y. So we'll type in pn for a property of type number. And then we'll just type in letter Y like that. And we're going to set Y equal to 1070. Now we've got our property, and here's what I want to do in our setters on these. I want to go through, I think I want to call it this.set position Y, and I want to pass in Y. And I want to go through all of the sprites that are currently active and change their positions to match it. Now each sprite has got an offset and things like that, so it knows kind of where it is offset wise and how to draw itself, so that the horn, for example, which is a small animation, can overlap on the body and change color radically. Change color continuously. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. Set position X. This.x. That's what I want to do. All right, so now let's declare these kids right here. Whoops, nope. Declare, second option, not the first. And then I think we have something that kind of looks like this. It is going to be a for loop to go through all the parts, and then we're going to go through all the sprites inside of that. And then we're going to say sprites of that particular index dot X equals, or sorry, Y in this case. Y equals, I'm just going to change the variable name to Y. Right like that. And then we want to kind of do the same thing. Well, actually, let's do this instead. Let's extract this method. And let's call this move all sprites to Y, like that, I guess. And I really want to pass in horn body sprites is what I want to do. And body pair body.sprites, like that. And so this is going to be a variable of type SPS, like that. And call it sprites. So I think I'll call it. Come down here and get rid of that. And then this. Did I mess that up? What's body in this case? Body is of type sprites. Why doesn't the sprites have a link property? Oh, it's an array of sprite proxies is what it is, right? Okay. So this is really sprites.sprites.length is what this really is. And which means it's, so, well, let's do this. Let's change this. Actually, I don't want to change it there. I want to change that there. And now we're going to send in an array of No Pogo TV rating. Party 12. How was your stream, No Pogo? Thanks for the raid. Kids, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. What was I doing here? I'm like in the middle of this. Hold on a second. Let me cut this. I'm doing good, No Pogo TV. I appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. Here we go. Let's declare that. That's what I wanted. I'll tell you what I'm doing in just a second here. I'm like wrapping up my brain, trying to unwrap my brain from all this. We had improv to Gary's mod stream. Oh my gosh. That sounds like really fun. I have not, it's been years since I played with that. But I was a huge fan of Half-Life. Half-Life 1 and 2, I guess, and 3 I haven't ventured into, and I'm thinking I probably won't because it's VR and I think it's a little bit different, and I might play it for a little bit, but not a lot. So here's what we're doing. We are working to animate Sprinkles, the Battle Unicorn. Sprinkles, here comes Sprinkles. Right here. And we're doing that in TypeScript mostly today. We're a little bit of C# to do the controlling. Fred's with us here. Fred, you good? These characters you're seeing are for a new Dungeons & Dragons live Twitch stream that we're actually going to be debuting this Sunday. It's Comedy Dungeons & Dragons, and it's out there. That link, I just put it there in the chat room. So if you like Dungeons & Dragons and you want to be entertained and have fun, you'll see...
Where are you? We need your help.
Look who's here. Janisku 7. Look out! He's getting bad.
I have.
All right, at least we can all relax. Janisku 7 is here to save the day. Thanks, Janisku 7, for showing up. For kids who don't know what the heck's going on, we got fanfares for regular kids, regular folks who show up. And Janisku 7 is one of our regulars. And so all you have to do is just show up, talk in the chat room, and it doesn't hurt to have a really fun handle that inspires me to be like, ooh, let's make something, you know, based on this. Doesn't hurt, but not a requirement either. So yes, early dev gets pumpkins. Let's see. By the way, I volunteered to work on I'm making the live coders transitions for a conference the live coders are going to do. I'm not sure I can say that or not. I don't know if we've announced it yet, but there's a virtual live coders conference that I probably can't talk about, or maybe I can. I don't know. And anyway, I'm working on the transitions and effects for that with the live coders logo. That's going to be something I'm going to be creating. So it's early dev gets pumpkins, and the live coders get the live coders thing. I don't know if it's a secret or not. I have no idea. I don't. Yeah, so everybody's saying I don't think it's a secret. Good. I don't know. Look, I live in a world where just about everything I say is violating some sort of agreement somewhere. That's not entirely true, but I got to be careful, right? And so if I don't know if it's a secret or not, and I don't know if it's for sure been announced, I should not be saying those things. So others are talking about it already on their streams. Okay, good. I go get my dinner on. Okay, no Pogo TV, get your dinner on. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Frackberg flies into an iceberg. That's right. That's what Frackberg gets. Okay, so let's see if I can get my brain back on track here. Move all sprites to here. Okay, I think that's going to work. And then I'm going to do the same thing here with the horn. Right here. Like that. And I don't need this remove all sprites. That was from copied code above. So there's my set position Y. So all we're doing here in this point is we're basically saying sprinkles, which is composed of multiple parts. If you move, then I want your parts to move too. So that's what we're doing here. And this can be at least reformatted. Whoops, like that. So everything lines up. And I think that's going to work. And now I just want to duplicate these two and to change them from Y to X. All of that is good, and this just becomes X. And that becomes X, like that. And this, whoops, I forgot about these two. That goes to X. That goes to X. And these two go to X. And that's an X, and this parameter is an X up here. So I think, and this parameter is an X right up here. And then we get rid of the second set position X right there. Okay. All right. Fred, what do you think? Okay. So let's next we need to do we need to animate. We need to move it is what we need to do. And I think I kind of got to go do something along these lines. An update position here. I think I want to make a call down to get displacement. That's what I think I want to do. What am I doing with store last position here? Last X and Y? What am I doing with last X and Y? Oh, to understand the path vector it's on. That's cool. Okay, I think that was for debugging related things, but not that needed here. So I just need, I think, these 3 lines of code right here. And maybe just I'll take the whole declaration. Let's go back out into sprinkles and let's put that in here. Do I have an update position in sprinkles? I don't think I do. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. All right, time start. We're going to need that. The horizontal thrust, it's not going to have a horizontal thrust, I think. Yeah, nobody judge each other, okay? Just take it easy today, kids. Acceleration is 0, okay? So this is what we need to make this work. The start X is, so here, let me go back into Sprite Proxy. And let's go look at change velocity. So check out what change velocity does. It resets the time start. It applies the new, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you try that again, Michael. You do that again. Oh, you coming for it? That's what I'm talking about. And Marcus Saturday, is Fred making you stream against your will? Fred, where's Fred? Fred, where are you? You down underneath? Get back up here, Fred. Seriously. All right, Fred, don't you dare go away again. Hey, Fred, get back here. Stop teleporting, Fred. Stay here. Got it? Behave. All right. My kids are over there watching. They're super entertained. What do we got here? Oh, here's someone we can judge, says Surly Dove. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I did stream yesterday, Bald Bearded Builder, because I was I live in Costa Rica, and there's a Costco about 4.5 hour drive away from me, and we just moved to a new house, and we don't have a washer dry yet, so I wanted to get that, stock up on supplies, and we're kind of self-quarantining the family and make sure we had a lot of stuff. So we drove, I took the drive down yesterday to San Jose, and now I'm back doing a little bit of work today. I just don't want to get wet. That's the one. What? Seriously? Come on. Get all of that water off me. Oh, beautiful flower. That flower is so beautiful. Copper
is in the house.
One of your kids just said, did my extremities just fly off on a taco by someone's face? Yeah, that's so funny. That is so funny. Yep. Yep. All right. So update position. This is from Sprite Proxy. We kind of need, not update, change velocity. This is kind of what we need here. We need something like this. So I'm going to go into sprinkles, and I'm going to kind of put that there as well. But I'm only working with velocity X and start X, like that. So let's declare these. Let's declare that. Let's declare that. Hitting the declare key on it. Did I already get it? That doesn't look good. There we go. Did that not work? That worked, I guess, right? Really? What's going on here in my environment? I'm going to report an issue. This feels like it's Visual Studio, but just in case, we're going to do this. So kids, I think I've got a Visual Studio problem, not a CodeRush problem. But I want you to look at the logs anyway, and notice what's happening is I'm getting Visual Studio behavior is a little bit weird now. The file is saved, but I'm getting error messages that don't seem to line up to the actual elements that they should be lining up to. So same thing here, right? And I noticed earlier today in the show, I was the same thing. I was noticing that there was a false error message that went away. And I think, as I recall, I had to delete all the code and then paste it back in. Yes, now I've got real error messages. So velocity X. So interesting. So this has happened earlier. Like I say, I think it's Visual Studio. I don't think it's CodeRush, but take a look and see what you can find. Here we go. False errors in highlighting. False errors. Got caps lock on here. Highlighting. All right, there it is. So that's going to send a code issue. That's going to send an issue report to our devs with a link to the show, that sequence, and then they'll be able. And they also get my log files. So, Chillaxathor. Chillaxathor, how are you doing, buddy? Glad to have you back with us again. I'm copying your name and putting it down in my list of things to possibly make a fanfare for. Glad to have you with us here. Change velocity. I only need a velocity Y. Start X is that. And then we're setting X equal to displacement. Update position. We just need to call this. We're not calling this apparently from anywhere. Let's go figure out that and call it. I think it's just in our draw. Where's our draw? Here. Okay. So I think that can work. It's going good. Still sick a little bit. Hopefully the flu. Holy cow. Chillaxathor. Get you, you know, I read today that in terms of the symptoms of it, it starts here, throat, and then works its way down to your lungs. And I was thinking, I wonder if gravity can impact this. I wonder if laying down when you're sick makes it less likely for it to get down to your lungs than if you are standing up all the time. Kind of interesting. I know resting is really good, so get some rest, lots of fluids. If things get bad like fever, get yourself in to some care. I think that would be my suggestion based on what I read. Right, shortness of breath, fever, get your butt in there to emergency care. All right. I was sick like 15 days ago, then recovered, but it's back like 5 days ago, but I'm getting better. All right, Chillaxathor. We've also heard about that, right? 5 to 14 days it takes for symptoms to appear. The patients start to get better, and then they start to get really worse. So, I would recommend still, as you're getting better, still stay in bed. Don't push yourself too much. Rest. Lots of fluids. And once you're you're totally, good, that's when you start pushing your body. How you doing, baby? You okay? Oh, you did? I was going to say, show your face one more time. We got new folks out here. Can you do that or no? Do you make a sexy face even with glass in your foot? Kids did this earlier today to Karen. This is one of our kids, and that's our other kid. And that's what's going on. So that's what we're doing here today.
It's quarantine. You do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do to keep from going stir crazy.
Right now we're making pie because it's...
it's Pie Day. What's funny is every time Karen's an extrovert, right? And she's like, let's go to a party. And I'm like, parties are bad, right? And now finally the end of the world is near with the zombie apocalypse. And guess who's finally right?
Tomorrow we have a party that we have to go to.
We're all going to die, kids. The extroverts are going to kill us all.
Do you know what I did yesterday when we were...
Look at bald bearded builder. Sweet mother. Is that a symptom of COVID-19?
Yeah, this is what COVID-19 looks like.
Yeah. Here we go.
Excuse your face, sir.
Excuse your face, sir.
Oh my gosh.
What were you saying? What were you saying? You saying something?
Oh, I was like, so the other day we're at Auto Mercado, we're literally buying supplies so that we can be prepared. And I see somebody I know in the store, and I go up and I hug and I kiss her right on the face, and I'm like,
This is me. Just I
know, and then
it's all over.
And I work with you can't not touch little kids. Uh-oh, somebody has a theory. Oh God, it's Surly Deb.
It's Surly Deb.
Oh God.
Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. Yeah, wash your hands on this show, because if this gets too close, you can't get too close to me. Can we stop? Yeah. Can we stop? You can bite the neck as a zombie, but you can't bite the cord going to my microphone.
No, these were my kids. He has done my makeup before.
Yeah. I haven't done your makeup. I don't remember that. I don't think so.
You have absolutely done my makeup. Here's what you didn't need to know about Mark Miller. He has kind of like a 1980s, what's that artist? Duran Duran featured this artist. I can't believe I can't remember his name, but women with eye makeup like this, very Mad Max or whatever. It's a fantasy of Mark Miller's.
Oh yeah, I like that.
You have done that on my face before.
I don't think I've done that on your face. Can we not talk? This is a family show, okay? You have to go now. Oh my gosh, kids. Got a whole bunch of family members here dealing with it. You know, this day is usually, it's like, we're not this day, but the stream is usually way more, we're getting stuff done, right? Today we're getting a lot of visits from the folks here. Let's see. Have you seen how many staff they were encouraging to work from home? Wait. COVID. Wait, what? Stop, Surly Dev. Stop with those conspiracy theories out there. Effectively making a whole army of potential streamers. Yeah, that might be true too. I'm not really worried about coronavirus, but I don't drink Corona. But I swear if they announce Coca-Cola virus, I'm a dead man. Oh, bald bearded builder. By the way, are you drinking bald bearded builder? Are you drinking diet? Or are you drinking regular? And I'll tell you, I got something to pass on if you're drinking diet. And I might just pass it on anyway. If you're drinking diet and you start to realize that you are forgetting the names of things, right? You want to like, what's the name? And you can't pull the word out for that thing. Try not drinking Diet Coke for a week or two and see if that improves. I try not to drink any of it, but if I get any, it's full stream. Okay. Yeah, I don't think regular sugar does that to you. The problem with regular sugar is it's a great way to store fat on your body. Yeah, can't stand the artificial sweetener. So I'm like off Diet Coke. I've been off it for a couple months, pretty much completely. So I used to drink it really heavily, like years and years ago. I was having brain fog problems, and also that sleep deprivation doesn't help either. So I was doing all of these things, just pushing myself as hard as I could, and my body was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to work so well now." So. Okay, so we need to test this. I'm a water with lemon, coffee, and of course in Alabama, sweet tea guy. Cool. Yeah, kids, if you're not following Bald Bearded Builder, give that guy a follow. He is he does an amazing show here on Twitch, and just a really friendly guy to be watching. You know, so. All right, so yeah, I definitely recommend his show. He does some very cool things that I would want to do too if I wasn't so focused on the Dungeons and Dragons show. But he was working with reading facial expressions and puppeteering an animatronic puppet, moving the eyes and things like that. So cool stuff. Frankfurt says, I've kind of everything that isn't water. I feel so much better. That'll work for a few days, I guess. But I think at some point you need to start throwing in like I have fasted for I think 3 days. Is that right? 2 days, 2.5 days maybe is the longest I fasted. Surly Dev, who's in the chat room, has fasted I think for like 5 days. I think. But I kind of dream of a semi-fasting kind of thing where once a day I get a cup of chicken broth. So I get, some minerals, something else, but in general, my whole body is just like we're going off of feeding off of the fat on your body instead of what you're eating. Oh, just meant drinks. I'm a fat man. I don't miss a meal. Okay, Fractor. All right, cool. 168 hours, 7 days. That's what Surly Dev's talking about. Yeah, that's impressive. That's a long time. It's hard for me to do that. I have several times been like, and part of the problem is that like we're often out with people or whatever, and I'm like fasting, and I'm just like looking at everybody eat, and I'm like, yeah, fine, I'm gonna try something, and then I break it. I say often I do that. Wait, you coming to complain? Don't come over here to complain. Oh God.
I feel like you're maybe not.
Here it comes, people.
First of all,
she's here. Commercial break, kids. Where's the button?
And now you have to take me seriously with all of this.
Mother of pearl.
No, Mark Miller eats all of the time. So he's like, oh, the one time I fasted, Karen went out to dinner with friends and I had to watch them. But every day, all day with Mark Miller, you're like, I'm not hungry, but he's constantly eating and constantly offering you food. So it's that one time that might have felt like that, but with you, every day is like that all the time.
I love you no matter how you look. Just want you to know that. Yeah.
Can I wear this every day?
Yeah, I think you might
But
do that.
and can I shave my head?
Yeah. You cannot shave your head.
I want to shave my head for my
No,
birthday.
can we stop talking about that? I think
want to
that
put it in little ponytails and then have everybody cut off some.
I'm pretty sure we put that discussion to bed. Pretty sure we did.
Shirley Deb said I should do it.
Yeah, Surly Deb is kicked off the show. You can't say that anymore. Yeah, that's so funny.
A
Bratwurst
5-day
Thunder.
fast sounds like
Yeah, fasting I think is really tough if you're not already doing keto. I think it's so much harder because you're dealing you take so much willpower. I think to fight past the carb cravings for the first 3 days. I think it's just
But I
really
think
tough.
it's also so there's an emotional component though where you feel not nurtured and fed for 5 days. It's a long time for that kind of emotional, non-nourishing time, non-nurturing time. I think there's an emotional component.
Okay. Surely Deb is asking, what can't he say anymore?
But I should shave my head.
Yeah, you
but
can't talk
no,
about
sorry,
Karen's shaving her head.
It's on. I think it would be super fun.
I have to kick you off the show. Nobody says I'm going to kick you off the show. I'll figure out the button to hit, and I will hit that button. Surely,
Thank
Deb,
you.
don't make
Wouldn't
me
it
find
be
that button.
So cool. I think it. Could you imagine walking through the world as like? But I'm gonna go. But if I do this, I'm also going full on big hoop earrings and lipstick all the time.
Wow.
Like
Just wow.
That's just more canvas for the makeup.
right. I could get tattoo my bald head. Do you want to get matching tattoos?
All right, guys, I'm going to end the show. I'm just going to go curl up in a ball over the corner of my office over there and cry.
Yeah, like the corner of my office. That's my office. The corner of your office.
Fine. The show is going to continue. Does anybody want to see if we can get this guy to move? I kind of feel like we do. I want to do... Whoops, this comment goes with this block of code right here. So individual sprites can be reversed. Might have to add that. You back? What do you got? What is this? I think I hit a button. Look at your screen.
That's Mark Miller.
Oh, Jesus. Seriously?
Vacuuming.
I really like it when you were employed before. Yeah.
No school's out, guys. I'm here all day, every day. Mark Miller was vacuuming without his shirt on.
Okay. All right. Are we done? Thank you. All right. Wow. Okay. She's cackling as she walks away.
Youngsters.
Yeah. That's what we're dealing with here. Fred, it's like, phew. We good now? No. Fred says, no, not good. Yeah, now we need to make this work. So when we walk, every day I'm going to need more meds. All right, so let's see if we can figure out how to make the walk occur. Right here's where we're walking. What is it? This dot change velocity? Is that what we said? This change velocity. So let's make the velocity like a -30. And am I passing in a now here? Looks like I might be. Nope, I'm not. All right, I'm gonna just do this for now. So there's my change velocity on the walking. So now what I want to do is I think when the let's see how we're getting to execute next command here. Animation cycled. So when we cycle an animation, I think I want to change the velocity to 0. Every time an animation ends, I want to set the velocity to 0. So he'll stop walking when when that is the case. Let's try that. So let's come back over here, refresh this, and click on Show Sprinkles. Did I, I should check to see. Wait, I thought I had a show sprinkles command in here. What was going on? Wait, what's happening here? 2 of these? That could be a problem. It's not here. It's gonna be in Dragon Games. Is that where it is? No. That's where we're going with sprinkles here. Draw sprinkles. Yeah, so the execute command comes in, I think it's just in here. This is the command data. This comes from Dragon Game, animate sprinkles. Okay. Sorry, getting my bearings here. This is the part I wanted to take. Oh, appear behind is what I was looking for. So I want to change this. So we're going to go idle, then we're going to walk. And we're going to walk like 3 times in a row. Then we're going to go walk to idle. Then we'll go back to idle again, I think. All right, let's see if that works. Let's go back over here. We'll refresh one more time and do that test. Okay, I hit the show sprinkles button, but I'm not seeing anything happen at all. Check the console. See if we've got errors. No errors. Set the breakpoint. Not reaching the breakpoint. Wait, I just got a breakpoint. Okay, now I'm going to run it. Let's just see what's going on. Nothing seems to be happening. Is it that it's off screen? I'm wondering. Did my X and Y? No, my X and Y should be good. So the old code that's working here, you can see on screen, is from the overlay that's on the stream. Just took that away here for a second. X is coming in as not a number. Let's look at the call stack here. Start X is not a number. Call in change velocity, right? This dot X is not a number. Why is this dot X not a number? The initialization should have given that to me there. Let's refresh one more time and just kind of step through the initialization, see what's happening here. Doesn't make sense. Right, Here comes the show sprinkles command. All right, so now we've got sprinkles. Yep, my x is not a number, but my y is a number. Okay, let's look at this closely. Oh wait, I think I know what's happening. It's the first assignment here. X becomes not a number because start X is not a number as well, I think. So I think what I want to do is fix it with this line of code here. Oops, sorry, not there, not in horn body pair. Down inside sprinkles. Constructor right there. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, let's continue it. Clear this. Let's refresh one more time. Clicking the show sprinkles button. X is still not a number. What? Yeah, I don't even get that. Set a breakpoint here. Let's actually set a breakpoint in sprinkles here. Let's continue. Maybe disable all our breakpoints for a second. Continue. And let's refresh. Now enable my breakpoints. Oh, how am I getting in here now? Oh, okay, hold on. So basically in update screen, I'm doing draw sprinkles no matter what. And in draw sprinkles, I'm going to call update position. I'm thinking about this as something that kind of gets us closer to where we want to be. So I'm only going to call update position if we have any animations running. And that's just going to go through all our animations and check to see, hey, if I have anything added to any of them, that means something's running. I think that's going to fix this initial problem here when we come in here. Seconds pass is now minus this time start. If I set my initializing time start, this is what's happening. I'm not initializing the time start. I need to do that in my constructor for sprinkles as well. Like that. Okay, let's disable our breakpoints. Run it. I think this has got a much better chance of working. Refresh. Click show sprinkles. Nothing. All right. Let's refresh one more time. And let's enable all breakpoints. And click on show sprinkles. We're getting here. What do we got? Okay, we got good numbers now. Uh-oh, we got a new value, not a number coming in here. Meters to pixels is returning not a number, I bet. Because we haven't set. Why? Why would that be like that? That doesn't look like it. Start X is a value. There we go. X displacement is not a number. Seconds pass. What's my velocity X? Not a number. Okay, getting really close. I got to initialize velocity X to big fat 0. All right, disable all breakpoints. Run. Refresh. Now I'm expecting to see something. Show sprinkles. There we go. So notice when the walk starts, is it going to move? That's not good. It could be that my walk speed is just way ridiculously too high. That's kind of what I'm imagining is the issue. Yeah, I'm at negative 5,900 right now. So much positive. Test smoke. No test smoke working. Maybe because I'm at a breakpoint here in the overlays. That might be what's going on. Let's run it. There goes the smoke. You just got some right there. Okay, so I think my negative 30 is the problem. Let's make it negative 0.3. Go down 2 orders of magnitude on that. And let's refresh. And let's show sprinkles. There we go. Just taking a while to load up because I just did it as soon as it's coming in. And I think he's gone. I think he transitioned. Oh no, he's not gone. Let's try doing a show sprinkles again. Here we go. Is he moving? I think he's moving, but probably just a little bit. Looks like the walk animation isn't working. Isn't cycling through all the way. I think we're getting an extra frame at the end of the walk animation. So just click show sprinkles again. All right. And I think he's getting closer to the screen here. Clicking it again. Yeah, you can see he's walking his way over there. So let's do it at -1. Like that. See if that looks a little bit better. And we've got to figure out the walking animation. I have an idea on what the problem is. I think it's related to something we saw yesterday where the frame is going around showing one more frame than it should, I think. All right, here comes the show sprinkles button. I think I hit it. Yeah, it's delay loading all of the animations here, so it's loading on demand is what's happening on those. Okay, better. Yeah, a little flicker at the end because it's showing the wrong piece here. So let's go -3. Like that. Try to get the speed right at least for now. Yeah, so we got the flicker because it's demand loading. Oh, interesting. When I show sprinkles, he's now at his new position. Okay, that's not bad though in terms of speed. Let's make it like -5 and see what that looks like there. Let's also get him so he is, when he appears, let's put him off to the side here. Let's say this dot x equals 2000. I think we'll still see them slightly on screen right there. Let's take a look at that. Let's add a couple more walks in here. And let's refresh and try that. Show sprinkles. That's not quite what I was expecting. Let's try again. Show sprinkles. With that X at 2000, I was expecting sprinkles to be way off screen. I think we're just waiting on the stuff to come back. I thought. I'm clicking show sprinkles now, not seeing anything. Huh. Let's set a breakpoint here. Show sprinkles. Not hitting the breakpoint? Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. So X is negative 5,000. X is now 2,000. Oh, you know what I should also do is say this dot velocity X is equal to 0. Just in case. Why am I setting this to 0 elsewhere in here? Nowhere else. All right, interesting. All right, let's refresh. That's not bad. The speed's not bad. We're basically looking for a speed where the paws aren't sliding. Where is he? Why aren't we seeing him? I'm hitting the show sprinkles command. I'm hitting that button. There we go. So now X is 2000, but I think somehow it's jumping back. Oh, time start is equal to now. That's also important. That's what's, I think, going on here. All right, run, refresh. Something's changing it. Negative 4,000 about. Execute Nick's command. I think I wanted to kind of be in there. Is it asking me the add animation I want to be in? Add animation I'm not jumping to. Wait, here we go. Back in here again. That's bizarre. Okay, now add animation. So this dot X is 2000 right there. There's that Fred. Get rid of Fred for a second. So you see it there. This dot X is 2000. Those numbers look right. How do we get here so fast? My start X jumps back to negative 3.8. Is it there? I think it might be there. Okay, refresh. I feel like I'm at the same point again where I'm like, now this should work. Here we go. Show sprinkles. That's better. Looks like it was walking off from the side. Again, show sprinkles. No, there it is. Okay, great. Sweet. Show sprinkles. Let's bring sprinkles to the live stream here. Bring Fred back. Good, Fred. And let's show sprinkles. Again. It's weird. It's this one frame, and the frame seems to be jumping way forward. I'm not sure what that is. Why is that the case? Let's try to look at this in slow motion. And to do that, I'm going to bring up Camtasia, and I'm going to record this. I found that Camtasia is pretty decent at letting you look at these kinds of issues. Let me turn off the stream overlay. And let's hit record on that. And now let's bring in sprinkles. Yeah, it's like he's jumping ahead. It's like one frame and he's jumping ahead by a significant distance. Hey, Simon Gearing. How you doing, buddy? See what it caught. Working on Blazor. Doing great. I'm not seeing anything it caught yet. Hold on. Let's just hit play and watch it. Yeah, maybe that it wasn't fast enough to catch. There it is right there. That's what I want. Okay, really interesting. So this looks like a transition right here. I'm trying to recognize this frame of animation. And it appears like there are two that are being drawn on here. Let's go look at what our sequence is. It's walk, 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 then walk to idle. There's the walk to idle right there. That's walk to idle there. It's like we're in the middle of the walk. take a screenshot of this. Bring up an image editor. Is it possible the data is bad? In other words, are the files for the walk animation bad? I don't think so. Looking them up right now. There's the walk animation, and it's got 80 frames in it. And I'm expecting all of these to be a smooth animation all the way through. Let's try just doing the walk animation in place without any velocity movement. So there's the last one, and there's the first one. So that looks like a loop to me. Let's see if, I think the clue might be that it has something to do with the X and the velocity. That's maybe the clue. So now I'm going to, wherever I've got velocity equal to something, my negative 30 or whatever, negative 4 or 5. Change velocity call. I'm going to just simply come in here and I'm going to say return. And I'm also going to change his initial position. I'm going to move it away from being 2,000 and make it to be 1,000. Just hold on to that for a little bit. Refresh. And so the test here is to see if there's flicker. If there's no flicker, if he just walks in place repeatedly. I'm not seeing him at all. Oh, there we go. Just probably all right, loading that in. Do it again. Nope, it's still doing it here. I think it has to do with our cycling of animation. All right, I want to take screenshots. I want to look at these two screenshots close in proximity to each other. This one. And this one. Oops, hold on. Looks like I didn't get. Grab the wrong one. Okay. Let me invert this one so we can see. That's the one that we jump ahead to. And my question is it essentially the very next frame here? Or is it a different frame? It looks like it's a completely different frame. It is not the next frame. It's nowhere close to it. Okay. Let's go look at the Camtasia and look at the first frame of the lock. Can we get it? These are looking pretty close. Shoot, did not have it at 100%. Let's go back.
Audio Jungle.
Yeah, that's looking more like it. Okay. Yeah, in fact, I think it's the exact same frame. So we're like jumping and showing another frame and putting it far away. Right, normally we're here, and then we're essentially jumping up to here. That's kind of what's happening. It's that to that is looking very similar to that to this one right here. How far are we off? (96/4). About 94/4 is what we're off. Just writing this down to try and figure out why are we jumping up. Substance Tools trial got refreshed. Substance 3D Tools got refreshed. And we're let's look at the frames. Which one is that? Is it frame 0? I think it might be frame 0. are these the same frame? Looks like one's much bigger than the other. I thought I set this to 100%, so that's 100%, but maybe not actually in Camtasia. Let's drop this down. I'm going to say that's frame 0. I think it looks like it is. Yeah. It seems close to frame 0. Maybe not. Look at that right there. Okay. Not frame 0. It's at the end. You're closer to the end, I think. It's around here. Is that right? Hold on. Yeah, it's straight up and down is what I'm looking for. Right? Is it that one? It's somewhere in here. It's close to the front. It's not 0. It might be 1. It's this one. It's 2. Okay. So frame 2 is jumping out about 94 when we watch it. So just waiting for it to load those images. Still some flickery. Yeah, the flicker is on the reload because it's load on demand. The flicker is all going to go away with the exception of this one weird thing that's happening at the end of the walk animation. There. There. All right, I think we need to send some data out. Yeah, that flicker that I'm talking about right there. It's at the end of every walk cycle step. So we go to, from here to, I think we go to walk. There. That's where I think it is. Yeah, there. Boom. The last couple seem like they weren't the same interval. It seems like the first one followed the first couple ones. Oh, I hit refresh. I didn't need to do that. I just need to send it over again. Name is undefined. Wait, is it now working? And it's working because, now this one's weird, this animation cycle, getting a lot of those. Let's hit a breakpoint there. Look at the call stack here. So that's the sprite proxy. This is because of the die's animation. It ends and it just keeps triggering that we're done. We've hit the end. I want to do a couple things here. I want to, when we create the animation, the horn and body pair, I want to make sure the sprite name is saved out there. Is what I want to do. Let's go with this. I want to do this. And similarly do this. And let's make sure my horn body pair, when we're creating that, we're giving it a good name as well. Yeah, we're doing it there. So let's go the folder name. How you doing, baby? Everything good? Can I see your face? You still, oh, you're different. A little bit. You don't have it all out though. Oh my gosh! Karen's eating keto donuts right in front of me. I'm on those in a little bit. Okay, I think I want to say, I want to run one more time with these changes. At least we'll get the name of the piece that's ending as it ends. It'll show up now. Show sprinkles. So we should see, there you go, animation cycle, idle. Storing the sprite idle. Excuse me. And then dies, just playing a whole bunch there. Okay, one more time. Show sprinkles. You see the flicker. This is the thing that's bizarre. Did the flicker really go away because we loaded the console log? Because we added the call to console.log? Yeah, I don't see the flicker. Um, if okay, so I think what I want to do I want to remove the callback here so we don't get a whole bunch of calls back in here again. So we should just get one now if this is all correct. Is remove going to work if I call it on? Yeah, it's going to work if I call it on a sprite that has no callbacks already. It should all work. So let's try that as a refresh. Yeah, I still have no explanation as to why that we were seeing that extra frame in the wrong place. All right, let's do it again. Let's go through everything. Nope, we're still getting a whole bunch of dies. You killed it. Still getting a whole bunch of dies animations here. Okay, remove on cycle callback. What do we got? We got one. It's not the same one, apparently. We're gonna just force it, brute force it. Maybe just null. Like that. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm not a huge fan of this because it's like it's not very flexible. It doesn't allow other people to have callbacks, and then, but I'm not understanding why we're not able to find the callback, even though we're popping it, we're giving it the same bind instruction here. It's supposed to be a different. Could this be? Actually, let me go back in here. I actually want to find out if this is the case. Could it be like a double equals versus triple equals thing here? Index of, no, because index of has got to get me the index back. It's really not. Okay, so I can't, I'm just going to have to call remove all cycle callbacks is what I'm going to do. Let's try that at least. Refresh. Show sprinkles. Show sprinkles. What's happening? I'm clicking show sprinkles. Nothing is happening. Not getting my pure behind callback, but I'm clicking this button. I'm even getting out here. What's wrong? Oh, yeah. All right, I think I know what we need to do. We need to go to the dyes. We need to fade it out. That's what we need to do. Right here. So we're going to remove all cycle callbacks, but we have to make it disappear. If it doesn't disappear, we aren't going to be able to start up a new one because it's still got an existing animation running. So I think we have to say sprite dot, what is it, lifespan? Get life remaining expiration date equals PFN plus maybe 2000. And I want to say sprite dot fade out time equals 2000. That's going to get rid of the sprite and then remove it, and then ultimately we'll be able to start a new one, I think. Let's run that and refresh here. And show sprinkles. Uh-oh. I'm going to brave the grocery store. Have a good rest of the stream. Hoping it's not a full contact shopping event. Yeah, I'm with you, Frankfurt. Take it easy. Let us know how you did. We'll be back on Tuesday. Want everybody in good shape on Tuesday. You hear me, kids? 1 to 1.5 meters away minimum distance. I like to hold my breath as I'm walking past people. I've actually done that for years. If I see somebody breathing out, I'm just like, not breathing in while I go by. Okay, that should be fading out. Why aren't you fading out? I'm not in good shape now, though. Uh-oh, Frankfurt. Yeah, this might be, a time to think, like, yeah, maybe those New Year's resolutions or whatever. Maybe it's time to work in that direction, right? I feel like this is like a wake-up call for so many people. Unreal. The level of change radically hitting everybody. Okay, so show sprinkles isn't working. It's not working because it thinks it's running the animation still. Why didn't it fade out? I don't get that. try to get back in there, get the breakpoint. Oh, I know why. It did get this one. That's the horn. But it didn't get the companion sprite. So what we need to do is find it, get that companion one, and also set its expiration date and fade out time. The reason I believe this is true is because I remember looking at the animation where he was dead and the horn wasn't colored. It was purple like the body. So that would explain it. It's removing one but not the other. We've got to get the companion sprite and remove it as well. Let's do this. Like that. Let's declare it. And now what we need to do is we need to get a horn body pair and passing in sprinkles.dies. Sprinkles underscore dies. Like that. That's going to give me my horn body pair. Death sequence. Like this. Then I want to say get to the body and go through its sprites. And now I want to do a for loop on that. This, and then we're going to say body sprite is equal to that of I. And then we're going to say body sprite dot remove all callbacks, fine. Expiration date, I just want basically that. QN to get a fade out time. Make it 2000. Come down here, put that there and there. Let's extract this to a function. Call this function. Whoops. I didn't want to make it global. That's what I wanted. Call this fade out. Okay, and then I want to do the same thing here for the horn. And there's only going to be, at this point, there should only be one sprite in both of these sequences. But I still have the for loop just in case. All right, so there's say goodbye. Say goodbye should work. That means, let's refresh this now. All right, show sprinkles. We'll probably see some invisibility for a bit and some flickering. And sprinkles is loading up, background loading. The different images right here. So we've got the grays came in first because it was the longest with 301 images. So then we're finally kind of working our way through here. Here's the, see fade out. There's the fade out, nice. The horn does fade out. Now if we click on show sprinkles again, that seems to be working. There's our walk, there's our walk. I'm not seeing any flicker. And then the fade for the whole thing. Okay. And there's one minor issue in that the transition from idle to walk was just a sudden jerk from here to here. I want this right there to add it to make it smoother. All right, let's do that. Let's figure out our velocity. We're going to change velocity. Let's get rid of that return statement there. Let's do that and refresh that, see how that looks. And I want to get rid of that console log line as well to see if our flicker comes back, because holy cow, would that be something that's going to take some time to figure out how to fix that one. So still background loading. I think the walking is working. All right, and the fade out. So let's do it again. Show sprinkles. Now sprinkles should appear. Sprinkles is not appearing. Oh wait, now sprinkles is. I guess I have to wait until the animation's done to click it. I kind of want to put that in the queue. Should you transition here from idle. There you go, the walk. Not bad. Okay. I think there should be a 6 right here. Just a little bit faster. And I think we should not walk so many times. Let's refresh. Okay, looking a little better. Let's take out that console log. This one. Blend's asking for tutorials for learning JavaScript. Not just the basics of it. I've taught myself. I did not take any courses online that I recall. Although my kids, I pointed them towards Code Academy, and I thought that experience was not bad. So you might take a look at that. Let me bring that up. Doing that right, Academy. Yeah. I thought this was pretty good. I thought the experience I saw was pretty good. And it's, Simon has asked this question for over a year now. Why JavaScript and not TypeScript? TypeScript is excellent, by the way. Yeah, I think Simon's question to you is actually a really good question. Because TypeScript is safer, it's a safer water to swim in than JavaScript. You still can learn everything that JavaScript can do, but you can do it in ways that are closer to type safe. Okay, so I'm coming out that line. If I refresh it, I don't recall. Let's refresh it one more time. See, TypeScript is where everything is going, says Simon Gearing. And kids, in case you don't know this,
Bill Simon Geary rocks.
Simon Gearing rocks.
Awesome contribution.
Okay, that's refreshed. Show sprinkles. Simon Gearing says me doing Blazer. C Sharp's where the cool kids are at. Let's show sprinkles again. It's a little flicker on that walk, on the transition to the walk, but otherwise the walk was smooth across. So I don't know where that flicker was coming from. I don't know how we got rid of it. Transition to the walk is where I noticed an empty frame. Right here. Nope, it's okay. I guess it was just delay loading it. And then though we die and then we come right back up. Is there something else in the queue? Did I hit it twice? I'll do it again. Look, show sprinkles. Is we're not readjusting the X and Y on that, maybe? Just keeping it moving. Nope, right there. I should have hit this breakpoint. I'm not hitting that breakpoint. Why is that? I've seen it sometimes where Visual Studio doesn't get me in the breakpoint I want when I'm debugging TypeScript. Let me try something else. I want to change this to this. So we're going to start walking immediately. And then I want to go to, I want to do a walk to idle. I kind of want to get him to come out, walk out, and stop. That's what I'm looking for. And no sprinkles dies, I think, at the end. I think I want to change this to Command Q push walk. And I want to not add any animations. And then say this dot execute next command. Like that. So we'll go in and do the walk command. Because that has side effects that that are going to happen if it's a walk, I think. Right here, we set the velocity to -6 if we're facing the left. And if we get to an execute next command, if we get to idle or graze, we should call change velocity to 0. Or maybe we just change the velocity to 0 no matter what. If we're coming in here, and only if we're walking do we move left or right. That feels maybe a little better. Let's see what we got. Let's show sprinkles. Clicked on show sprinkles again. There we go. So just waiting for the animation to finish and then it jumped into it. Okay, so one more time. Show sprinkles, animation finishes, and sprinkles should walk on. All right, hold on. Let's get sprinkles a little further off screen. (1920), that's where I think the X position offset is right where the I is during attack mode. So yeah, during the battle cry. It's kind of as I recall where I put it in terms of the offset. Let's refresh that. Look for the walk on. Show sprinkles. The sprinkles walked out very far. Let's show sprinkles again. I think we need at least 2 walks to get out. Refresh. All right, let's try it out. Looks like it's still loading up. Background images. Do it again. Show sprinkles. That's not bad. That's not bad for an entrance, right? And that would happen coming behind the player. Here to give you a sense of what that is. Let's go take our drag and back overlay. Refresh that. And we'll initialize the player data, so we get rid of that text. And let's get rid of this guy, drag that out of the way. Now we're going to click the Show Sprinkles button. Oh, still background load. We're background loading the images on the overlay. There we go. I think that's not bad. Look at it again. Oh, there's that glitch. So we can see it again. Oh man, that glitch. And is that glitch simultaneously not happening over here with the exact same code? Let's do the Show Sprinkles call on this. No glitch there. Well, I didn't see it on the stream that time either. What's going on? There's one. I see it on the stream. Got to figure that out. One more time. Yeah, it's smooth in Chrome, and it's glitching over here. All right, kids, I'm going to send you off to I think Lana Lux. Let's see how she's doing over there. We're going to raid her. Yeah, she's doing some game design. I'm going to start that raid right now. Say hi to Lana for me. I'm going to be getting some food, I think, and I still have more work I got to do today, which I'm going to work on, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right, and don't forget to check us out at twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. We're going to do our live debut tonight. I'll give it to you one more time here. You can click that link in the chat window right there and go follow that. Give that a follow. I think you're going to enjoy it. I said tonight. I think that's wrong. I misspoke. It is Sunday night. So Sunday night you can go check the time. The start time is there. Give us a follow and you can watch us. Okay. Thanks again so much, everybody, and we'll see you on Tuesday.